Hello everyone, the purpose of this video is to give you a general overview of canning. Canning has been around since the late 1700s. I've been canning since 2007. The benefits of canning are that it can save you money. It provides a good way to provide healthy food for your family, especially your kids, and it supports your local market. I will first go over the different tools and equipment that I use. And lastly, I will go over the key steps in canning preparation. The tools that I use. Use measuring spoons, measuring cup, jar lifter. Right here you see what's stuck to the jar lifter is the lid wand, whisk, head spacer / air bubble remover, funnel, scissors for cheesecloth, peeler, ladle, and knife. Next items I want to go over are the pots that I use. I use the big pot here, and inside that big pot I have a towel. Next thing I use is my little pot right there for the different lids and rings that I use. Next thing I use is my pot right here. This is my recipe pot, I like to call it. And over here, just going back to my tools, these are towels that I use to act as buffers for my hot jars / I use the towels to handle hot equipment. Next thing I want to go over is my pressure canner. This pressure canner that I use is made by Presto. It allows me to use two different methods that I use for canning, which are the two different methods are boiling water method, and the second one is pressure canning method. Right now I have my canner set up for boiling water method. Next thing, which is the last thing I want to go over, are the jars that I use. These jars that I use are made by Ball. Ball makes some pretty good jars. I think another company out there is Kerr, but these are Ball jars, pretty solid quality jars. This is a 16, this is quart size jar, and this jar right here is an 8-ounce jar that I use for jelly. The quart size jar, I use this one for food, large foods such as sweet potatoes, tomatoes. Okay, now we're going to go into key steps in canning preparation. Key steps in canning preparation is 3 steps. First one, prepare your jars. Second, prepare the canner. Third, prepare and can your recipe. Okay, how do you prepare your jars? You prepare the jars by washing and rinsing them in hot soapy water. You wash your jars. Once you wash the jars, you put the jars in your big pot so that they can stay hot and sanitized. Right there. The lids, of course, you want to wash and rinse your lids, and then put them in a little pot right there so that they can stay nice and warm, but never boil your lids and rings. There you go. Okay, you prepared your jars and lids. Now you want to prepare the canner. Prepare the canner by, of course, washing and rinsing if you need to. And then from there, you want to put the right amount of water in there and then turn it to a boil. Once you got it to a boil, turn it down and have it to a nice simmer. Okay, third thing you want to do is prepare and can your recipe. Prepare and can your recipe. Have my little recipe pot right here. I do my recipe, put all the ingredients in there, and then from there, once it's done, I put the recipe, in the jars. Take the jars and I put them in the canner, turn the canner up, and that's it. That's all there is to it. That's all it is. 3 simple steps to canning. 3 simple steps. Prepare your jars, prepare your canner, prepare and can your recipe. Those are 3 major steps of canning. Now, mind you, after you're done canning your recipe, you want to make sure that you put your jars, hot jars, on a nice buffer, such as paper towels or a towel, so they won't crack from the cold surface. In conclusion, canning is fun. Cleanliness is paramount in canning. Good sources for canning are YouTube/internet, people. You can call different organizations, read books. Hope you have fun on your canning adventure.